There's been talk about impeaching governors for a while now, um, even in Michigan. But it looks like Ohio is moving forward with impeaching their governor over the lockdowns and over his inability to accept limits on his authority. Toledo, Ohio. A total of 12 articles of impeachment have been filed against Ohio Governor Mike DeWine. These articles were filed by State Representative John Becker and were joined by Representatives Keller, Vital, I don't know, and Zeltwanger. Sorry if I mispronounced your name, guy. Before we dive into this and I tell you guys all about this and we read our little article here, don't forget to like the video, leave me a comment, and subscribe. Some of you guys like to point out that I say this, so only like the video if you actually enjoy the content, or dislike it, or I guess cuss me out in the comments. That happens too. I don't care. The representatives argue that the governor has abused his power during the coronavirus pandemic and cites his veto of Senate Bill 55, along with threatened vetoes against other General Assembly legislation, including Senate Bill 311, which aims to severely limit the powers of the government during a pandemic. So I looked up Senate Bill 55, and maybe someone, if one of you guys knows somebody from Ohio, share this video with them so maybe they can answer this question. When I read through a little bit of Senate Bill 55, I skimmed. When I skimmed it over, it just looks like it's some sort of drug legislation bill. It doesn't seem to do anything or have anything to do with the pandemic. Now, maybe I'm missing some context in it, but that's just from a quick once over. If someone knows what that bill would really do in depth, or what they're proposing with it in depth, and wants to leave me a comment and let me know about that, that would be much appreciated. Senate Bill 311 essentially, from what I could gather, would move the power to declare lockdowns and things like that over to the state health department, which would then be limited in its use to only areas where there was outbreaks or significant risk of people contracting the said disease. Any disease, not just the coronavirus. So for the cases of pandemics and things like that. In a release sent to the media, Representative Becker's office said Governor DeWine's mismanagement, maleficence, misfeasance, abuse of power, and other crimes include, but are not limited to, meddling in the conduct of a presidential primary election, arbitrarily closing and placing curfews on certain businesses while allowing others to remain open. He weaponized the Ohio Bureau of Workers' Compensation to bully and harass businesses and the people, to enforce a statewide mask mandate and other controversial measures of dubious value, making Ohio a hostile work environment. That's funny. The entire state is a hostile work environment. The statement goes on to mention the governor's inclusion of places of worship during the shutdown orders and the mask mandate, which has been in effect in one state or another since the summer. Rather than hearing the cries of Ohioans, Governor DeWine continues to stifle those cries by finding more inventive ways to use masks to muffle the voices of the people. Nice wordplay there. He continues to have callous disregard for the fact that his isolation policies have led to a shockingly high number of suicides, alarming rates of drug abuse, persistently high unemployment, and the forced abandonment of the elderly by their loved ones. Becker first threatened to file back in August, citing the same issues. According to the Ohio State Constitution, blah, blah, blah. Going into specifics. So, we've seen already a Supreme Court, I can't remember if it was New York State Supreme Court or the SCOTUS, ruled that places of worship, religious places, couldn't be shut down based on the fact that, based on the First Amendment, yes, but also based on the fact that their religious institutions and other businesses are staying open. So trying to say that they don't have a First Amendment right to their free speech, while other places do, and they don't have a right to open while other businesses can, is just ridiculous on its face. I think that's probably spurred this decision forward, but more importantly, we're seeing representatives from various states take actions in line with the legal process we are prescribed to use before we go, hey, this is tyranny, everybody grab a rifle. It's time to it's time to go 1776 in here. And that's a positive thing. Seeing our representatives at the state level do their job is a positive step, and it's a step away from, well, it's a step away from the people having to take action directly, and we don't want that. Let's be real here. I joke a lot about a lot of things. I talk about the Civil War quite a bit, the impending Civil War. It's a joke, right? It's a joke at this point. That's all I talk about, not the Civil War thing. It's a joke at this point that I talk about it a lot. But the fact is, we have a set of conditions in this country right now that is very, very explosive. It's very fragile. It's we're sitting on a knife's edge, and it could go either way. But it's good to see in our state level representatives some sort of fight for the people, because that's what they're supposed to do. They're not in there to enrich themselves. They're not supposed to be, at least. We're not electing people to, do what's best for the state itself. Do what they think is best for the people that are backing them financially. One thing that Joe Biden has said, and I will give him this. One thing Biden has said that really represents what one of our public officials, one of the representatives of the people, is supposed to be doing. Joe Biden has said, I will be a president for both sides. I will be a president for the people who voted for me, and I will go to work for the people who voted against me. Regardless of how much one side or the other may hate you, you are there to represent all of those people and work for all of those people. I'll wrap this up by saying this. If Ohio maybe not can get this passed, but if they can, or get this completely through and impeach their governor, but if they can get this through, not just filed, but through, and actually put this governor on trial, I think it will encourage other states, specifically the state of Michigan, where it's common knowledge that Governor Whitmer is actively suppressing the will of the people and the will of the representatives of said people. Maybe it'll encourage them. Maybe we will see more action by our state level representatives to curtail the power of governors. We know there's a pandemic going on. We know this. But taking power, officials that take power in emergency circumstances, rarely, if ever, give that power back up. So it's important to curtail them every chance we get. That's all I got for today, boys and girls. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. See you next time.